Hello, beautiful souls. This is Karen from Mannadelight. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing my channel, my Facebook page. I'm also on Instagram, and I wanted to mention quickly that I am doing free reading Fridays on Instagram. So I am at mannadelight, all one word. It's that simple. So start following me on Instagram, and then if you turn on your post notifications, then you'll be alerted on Fridays when I'm live doing free readings. Yeah, so thank you so much. And those that book personal readings and reach out for sessions and healings that have been very powerful, thank you. And to those also that donate to my channel, thank you very much. Okay, so the topic today is about the increase in energy that's coming. You may sense some intensity today. The 4th is a big day. I kept getting the 4th for a day, and then of course we have the full moon on the 9th. So this upcoming week is going to be a big week, and it's going to be a week of shifts. So what happens when there's a shift in the energy and you are being called to shift as well into something new? And so that means that you have to let go and surrender. So this plays out as a fear purge. So you're going to have something that's going to come up, whether it's a fear purge through a dream, through something with your twin. You may see something. If they're in a karmic relationship, you might see something like a happy post, them expressing their feelings or something like that, or they may block you or something because it's whatever you're fearful of, and you may think, oh, well, God, I've released so much fear, and we really, really have. But there could be something subconsciously that you are holding on to regarding your twin, maybe, and their relationship, about they're not going to come to you, or you're not coming into union, whatever. There's a deep subconscious fear, because I'm getting that it's a deep fear, like it's not something on the surface, because we really have come so far. If you are watching me and you resonate to me, then I would say that you are pretty far along in the journey and are pretty close to union, because I am. And if there are any fears, I'm pretty solid in that. If there are any fears to be released, it would be something deep. It would be something that's playing out I don't know why I can't say that today. Subconsciously. Goodness, thank you. Throat chakra. So it would be something that is playing out in the back of my mind that I'm not really conscious of, but it's there. Because I had a fear purge dream, and that's what was coming out. But I stood completely in my power. Like, it was a pretty intense dream, as far as, I was sitting across from a twin flame teacher, but I don't recognize the face. It was nobody that's in our existence. It was just an average lady, but I perceived her to be a teacher, because she was saying, well, maybe you fear, and she named it, and I just looked at her like, and my twin was standing next to me, and she did one of these like almost accusatory, like, oh, yeah, maybe you are. And I was like, I mean, that's how I perceived her doing that. And I was drinking a protein shake, and I slammed my protein shake down on the table and stood up, whipped around, was nose to nose with my twin. And I said, do you really think that I'm scared of that? Do you really think that I am fearful? Because every time somebody says, and it wasn't probably every time, but this is how it was playing out in my dream. Because every time you go, mm-hmm. And not that, you know, she does. It's just that's how it was playing out. So it was one of those things where I felt like I was like in my power. Like, you know, like, no, I'm not. I'm not fearful of that, you know. So it was a fear purge because it brought up that subject that needs to be cleared. So it's something that's playing out in my mind if it's coming out in a dream. And this is just to ensure that you are in your knowing, that you're in your truth, that you go back to the truth of your union and are able to let go and surrender when this shift comes. If in fact this fear purge or this, whatever it is that presents itself to you, okay, that presented itself to me. It was just in a dream, but it presented itself to me, and I rose up against it. And I, you know, could have continued in the conversation with the twin teacher, but my twin was like, like almost like I was saying something derogatory because I feared that she would do that. And it was almost like she was saying, oh, you don't trust me. So it was one of those things where so I stood up and I was like, no, like, that's not, I don't think that, really. But it's this deep fear that's there. And so I was presented with it. So you're going to be presented whenever there's a shift and whenever you're being asked to move forward, you're going to be presented with this fear. And it depends on how you respond to that fear on whether you're ready to move forward or not. And of course, we all want to move forward. We don't want to be stuck. And we want to go forward in our journey. And so it's coming, and just letting you know to stay in your truth, stay in your knowing, and do not let it get the best of you. Whatever happens, stay in your heart. Do not stay in the fodder of the mind and listen to those rogue fears, because they're going to present themselves to you. Stay in your truth and in your heart and in your knowing. Another thing that I will mention that has come up not too long ago was some twins being triggered again by another video that someone is putting out there, and it was triggering them because it was that fear. Now, like I'm saying now, you should not be triggered, because if you're staying in your truth and in your knowing, it's less triggering. But if it causes just some concern and you want to ask questions about it, that's fine. But if you're triggered into oh my God, that's the truth, and you know, what have I been doing, and you go to that place, that's a purge. So if you're watching a video and what they're saying to you is stirring up fear within you, I would say that's probably not a good video to watch. God, the divine source, universe, and all of our helpers, if you've listened to any channelings, there's not an ounce of fear there. Nothing that they're saying to you is fear-based. The whole point of our spiritual journey and our ascension is to release all fear. Fear is at the core of every issue that we need to release. It is because of fear that we stay stuck and stay in lower energies. It's fear that brings about these emotions, these fear-based, lower energy emotion, chaos. So the spiritual journey is about releasing your fears. If someone is saying a video that causes you to be fearful, or causes you to go to that place that you feel like you are not doing enough, or there's something that you have to be doing, that is not a message from divine. Divine source energy, divine source love is the opposite of anything fear-based. So I wanted to put that out there. You know, if someone's saying something that does not resonate to your journey as well, you really should examine that, because they're not on the same wavelength that you are then. Like I said, if I resonate with you, then I am the reader, the teacher, and the videoer, the channel on YouTube that you should be watching. Because that means that we're on the same wavelength. We are at the same vibration. If someone is teaching fear-based anything, get off of their channel. One of the subjects that I will touch on briefly was that this person was saying that the twin flame union or relationship was not romantic, and that is because her dynamic, she was in contact with her twin, air quotes, and it wasn't a romantic relationship. There was no affection or anything to it. So because that was playing out in her dynamic, she accepted it as truth, and then she was telling everyone else about that, and that if they wanted the mushy-gushy love and all of that, that they needed to go and look for their soulmate. So one, she was pulling people away from the twin flame journey, and two, not speaking truth, because and one word will totally dispel that myth is marriage. It's a sacred marriage. And yeah, it's about mission, but it's also about union. Union and mission and the love and all aspects of ourself are tied into a very beautiful, neatly tied bow. All of it is together. It's not separate. One is not over the other. It's all about coming into balance. And if you're leaving out the love, the eternal love, and the romance and the affection, you're polarized in a completely opposite direction. If all your focus is mission, you're not in balance. It's mission and union all in the same. So I wanted to throw that bit of truth out there to you. Unfortunately, you know, we have individuals that are not true twins, and they're not in with their true twin, and they're on a platform teaching, and sometimes it comes across as they're telling the truth because they have a certain scenario that's playing out, and everybody gets real tickled and, you know, follow the leader type thing. And then pretty soon their videos are deleted. So stay in your truth and in your knowing of your dynamic. And if someone is saying something that doesn't resonate, then it doesn't resonate for a reason, and you probably should not be watching it and taking that into your field, because that's how distortions and misrepresentations get blown out of proportion and spread, is because someone's listening to something, someone's talking about it, it gets into your thought processes, and then it becomes a belief, and then it becomes a manifestation. And so people start manifesting these distortions from what they are being taught. So it's important that you don't listen to something that causes fear or something that does not resonate to you. And that's just a tidbit of advice. And even if I'm not resonating with you, then don't listen to what I'm saying, because I'm not jiving with your energy. And that's for whatever reason. Whether we're just not on the same wavelength or whatever. I assure you that I am a true twin on a true twin journey, and I'm not spreading any false teachings. I can assure you of that. But if I'm not resonating with you, then we are not on the same vibration, and you are just on a different stage of your journey as well as I am. So there's that. I just wanted to put that out there briefly for everyone, because it does prove to be an intense week coming up, and so I just wanted to give everyone a heads up of what will most likely be presenting itself. And if you need assistance, please reach out for a reading. That's the very least that I can do. But if you are really struggling and feel like you need a guidance session, have questions you want to answer, get answered for you, then please reach out, and I'd be more than happy to assist you. I leave all of my information below. If you're interested in the full moon reading that's coming up on Sunday the 9th, then all of that information is below as well, and we hope to see you there. And don't forget to add me on Instagram, and on Friday I will be doing free readings. So thank you very much for listening. Have a wonderful week. Thank you. I love you. Namaste.